Hello, my name is Paul Becker. I work for PBM Incorporated in the assembly department. I'm an assembly test technician with 37 years of experience, and today I'm going to demonstrate the proper way to build our Series 6 fire-safe flush tank valve. Some of the products we're going to be using today is Molykote G4500 for the body bolts, Flora Lube for the stem threads, CIP film for the O-rings, and Loctite for the 2 gland plate screws and the stop pin screw. First, we're going to take our chip ring. We're going to take the two larger O-rings that I've pre-lubed with SIP film, and we're going to slide them over the chip ring. We're going to place the seat in it. We're going to place that up. Take the graphite gasket. Be very careful with graphite gaskets. They're fragile. They break easily. Place it around the chip ring. Take the smaller O-ring. Put it on the back of the chip ring. Carefully sit this all down on the flush tank pad. You're going to take your 4 studs, which I've also pre-lubed. You're going to screw them into the flush tank pad. Series 6 valves are metal to metal. There's no gap. You're going to now take your stem, your TFM packing, place it over the stem. They are also grounded. You're going to take your small round spring, place it in the tang of the stem, slip it in through the body. We're going to slide all this down over our body bolts. We're going to carefully push the body down over the O-ring. Making sure that our ground spring is still in the stem, we're going to slip the slot of the ball over the tang of the stem. We're going to take our second chip ring. We're going to put the TFM seat into it. Push that down in. We're going to take our graphite gasket. Remember being careful with it. Put it in place in its groove. Take the other small O-ring. Put it in its groove, which is the inner groove on the chip ring. You're going to take your other end fitting, set it down over the studs. You're going to take your 4 lock washers, place them over the studs. Take your 4 nuts. We're going to take our 2 graphite packings, place them over the stem. We're going to take our gland plate, place it over the stem. Take the 2 small nuts for it that we've placed Loctite on. We're going to take our stop pin, put it in its proper hole. We're going to snug it up. We're going to completely compress these 2 bolts, and in doing so, we're going to compress the graphite. As you can see, I'm working my way back and forth between the two to evenly drive the gland plate down. I'm then going to take my peak bearing, which is very close to the color of my khaki pants, place it over the stem. We now have 3 bell valves that we're going to place on the stem opposed. Take our first stem nut. We're going to completely flatten the bell valve washers out. Once we flatten them, we're going to back that stem nut up approximately 1/8 of a turn. We're going to place the external ground wire on, which goes over the body bolt. With our ball in either the fully open or the fully closed position, we're going to tighten up the stem, the body nuts. We're going to do that in X pattern. Now that we've snugged it all up, we're going to tighten all 4 body bolts up tight. This is a metal valve. Once it goes metal, you won't be able to tighten it up anymore. We're going to break our valve one time. Put it back in the closed position. We're going to take our torque wrench. We're going to take a torque reading of the ball. Whenever we refer to torque for PWM valves, we're talking about the torque it takes to turn the ball, and the ball only. I've taken my torque reading. We're within range. I'll now complete this locking handle assembly. We're going to take our external ground. We're going to stick it over the stem. We're going to place our handle on. Our slide stop is a 3-piece slide stop. You have your slider, your spring, and the tab. Place the tab over the stem. Slide your spring over the tab coming out of the slider. Slide it into the tab. Take your other stem nut. And you're going to tighten this up. We're going to check to see that our slider moves smoothly. We're going to go to our fully open position. We're going to check the function of our locking handle. We're going to check the alignment of the valve. Our alignment is good. You have a complete PWM flush tank Series 6 fire safe valve. It is ready for test and installation. If you have any questions on assembling our valves, feel free to refer to our instructional maintenance sheet. If you have any other questions that aren't answered by this sheet, feel free to contact our engineering department or anyone on our inside sales staff, and they will direct you to the person who can assist you. Thank you.